Hi, welcome back to today's video. Well done to those of you that have done so well on your perimeter work the last few days. It's been great to hear how well you've been getting on. And today we're going to be moving on to area. So let's get into it. Like I said, we are looking at area today. So we're going to be looking at measuring and calculating the area of a rectangle, including a square. So the vocabulary we're going to be looking at in area is area, width, length and factors. And again, if you're not sure what any of that means, then I suggest you use a dictionary to look it up and get a better understanding. Today we are going to calculate the area of rectangles, including squares. The area of a shape is the surface space taken up by that shape. For example, the area of a playing field or a given object is the total surface space taken up by the field or object. Today we are going to calculate the area of shapes by using the formula length times width equals area. The unit we use when calculating area is millimetres squared, centimetres squared or metres squared. And if you have a look at this diagram here, you can see that we've got 4 centimetres and 6 centimetres. And so to find out the area, we do 4 times 6 equals 24 centimetres squared. And if you were to count all of those individual squares within that rectangle, you would see that there are 24 of them. When calculating the area of a square, each side is the same measurement. So this particular square has sides of 7 centimetres, so it's 7 times 7, which is 49 centimetres squared. We can calculate the area of this shape simply by multiplying the length by the width. This means I need to complete the following calculation. 5 centimetres times 9 centimetres equals 45 centimetres squared, or 9 centimetres times 5 centimetres equals 45 centimetres squared. The answer is 45 centimetres squared. We read this as 45 square centimetres. We can calculate the area of this shape by using the formula length times width equals area. This shape is a square, which means I need to complete the following calculation. 9 metres times 9 metres equals 81 metres squared. The answer is 81 square metres. So your turn to have a go now. Work out the area of each shape and give each answer in square centimetres. How did you get on? Let's have a look at the answers. Now I'm afraid you're going to have to deal with my dodgy pen writing again. So this first one is 3 centimetres multiplied by 7 centimetres, which equals 21 square centimetres. The next one is 2 centimetres multiplied by 12 centimetres, and that equals 24 square centimetres. And the last one is 5 centimetres multiplied by 8 centimetres, which equals 40 square centimetres. Well done if you got all of those correct. If I had to create a shape with a given area, I would need to use my knowledge of factors to help me. For example, if I had to create a shape with an area of 12 centimetres squared, I would use the following factor pairs: 1 and 12, 2 and 6, or 3 and 4. So it's your turn again now. Use your knowledge of factor pairs to find all the possible dimensions for rectangles with the following areas. So the first one is 36 centimetres squared, then 72 centimetres squared, and then 120 centimetres squared. Pause the video now and have a go at that. So let's have a look at the factor pairs of 36 first. You could have had 1 and 36. You could have had 6 and 6. You could have had 2 and 18. You also could have had 4 and 9. 72 square centimetres, you could have had 1 and 72. You could have had 2 and 36. You could have had 3 and 24. You could have had 4 and 18. You also could have had 6 and 12. And you could have had 8 and 9. And last but not least, 120. You could have had 1 and 120. 2 and 60. 3 and 40. 4 and 30. 5 and 24. 6 and 20. 8 and 15. And 10 and 12. Sorry about my really dodgy writing there, but hopefully you can tell those factor pairs, and well done if you got all of those. So this is a word problem. Jenny has a rectangular garden measuring 4 metres by 12 metres. In metres squared, what is the area of her garden? To do that, we need to do 4 metres multiplied by 12 metres, which equals 48 square metres. And this next one, which shapes have an area of 36 square centimetres? Well, if we look at this first one, 3 times 12 is 36, so that one does, we'll give that a tick. 5 times 7 is 35, so it doesn't. And C, 6 times 6 is 36, so again, this one does have an area of 36 square centimetres. So now I want you to have a go at drawing and labelling a rectangle with an area of 30 centimetres squared. So think about your knowledge of factor pairs of 30. And a challenge for you could be, can you find more than one way of showing this area? So for your measurements, you could have had 1 centimetre and 30 centimetres. You could have had 2 centimetres and 15 centimetres. You could have had 3 centimetres and 10 centimetres. And you could have had 5 centimetres and 6 centimetres. And the last question, Mark says that the area of this square is 20 square centimetres. Is he correct? Explain how you know. Well, if we look at this square, we can see that the side that is labelled is 4 centimetres, and we know that a square has all sides the same. So every side on this square is going to have 4 centimetres. So to find out the area, we do 4 times 4, which equals 16 square centimetres. So no, Mark is not correct. That's the end of everything for this presentation today. So hopefully that's given you a better idea of how to calculate area, and you'll feel more confident to answer your questions today. So that's all for today's lesson. As always, if you do have any questions, then please don't hesitate to email us via the Year 5 email address that you'll find on the school website. Answers to today's work will be down in the description box below, along with a link to find the work and the school's and my Twitter accounts. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in tomorrow's video. Bye!